Whoa. The night economy, we are here again today. Night economy, we are here. We are here. Where's light? Okay. Who's here with me? Beautiful night, beautiful evening. Beautiful night, beautiful evening. Let me see who's here with me. Let me see who's here with me today. Who is here with me? All right. Who is here with me today? Okay. Oh, Madam Catherine, it's good to have you here tonight. Who is here with me today? Who is here with me? Okay. Hey, Faithful. How you doing? It's good to see you. Yeah, Collis, it's good to see you. It's good to have you here tonight. Okay. It's good to have you here. Yeah. It's good to have you here today. It's good to have you here. Wow, let me see my people. Let me see my peep. We're showing up. We're showing up. Let's have good time. Let's have conversation. It's good to be here again today. It's good to be here again today. All right. There's how to win every single day. And I learned this from the percentage of the top 1% in the world. The mentality of the top 1% in the world. They win every single day. And how can you win every single day no matter what happens? You can win every single day no matter what happens. All right, Madam Catherine, it's good to see you today. It's good to see you today. All right, so let's have a good time. Let's have good time. Let's have good time. Let's have good time. Let's have good time, my people. All right. Who is here today? Who is here today? Who is hanging out with me tonight? Oh, Abdullah Bukola, it's good to see you. Eze Collis, it's good to see you. Faithful, is it to see you. Tell somebody that has not gone to bed to join us in the night economy. Let's have some good time. Thank you everyone for sharing the videos, for helping other people out, for showing people what you are learning by sharing it with them. All right. Thank you, brother. Chinedu, it's good to see you today. We have gotten your order and it's going to be processed immediately. Thank you. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. It's been awesome. It's been beautiful. Oh, good evening, brother. Good evening. We saw the order. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here today. It's awesome. It's a beautiful night. It's a lovely night. All right. Let's do this. Sorry for stepping out. Oh, good. All right. Boom. All right. Yeah. Okay. Beautiful evening. Beautiful people. Good to have you all here joining me live, and let's do this together again. All right. Tell someone. Do not forget to put the name of people in the comment section. Let people see this video. Some people have gone to bed. They're going to wake up in the middle of the night. Mention their name, okay? Mention names, 10 names, 20 names of people that need to see this, all right? So they wake up to see this. Share the video as many times as you can, Let more people get connected to this, and let us help people just the way that we help ourselves. All right, let's do this. All right, tonight we're going to be learning how to win all the time. The mentality of the top 1%. You must have seen my book, The Stay Hungry, Go Starving. I'm going to be sharing with you today from this book and giving you more perspective on how to win every single day. Let me tell you, all the humans get discouraged, all right? But the winners take away the D's from the discouragement and take up this courage in the discouragement and use it to run their life, all right? Because you can't run life without courage. So discouragement is like minusing courage from your living, and that make it difficult to live, all right? Janani, it's good to see you here again today. Thank you very much for showing up, for being here with me tonight. Everyone, you are welcome to this meeting today. This is a night economy. It's a morning. It's in another country, in another continent. It's afternoon in another place. It's, some people are not at this hour of the day in another continent. So different people are in different zone at different times. And so you can't run your life literally watching other people, how they live their life. In Australia is, if I'm correct, in Australia is about early hour of the morning right now. By the time we're going to be ending this program, it will be maybe around 10, 11 a.m. in Australia, and in other parts of the world, it's people are already awake. While you are going to bed, someone is already getting ready for work. While you are going to bed, someone is just trying to get a dinner. So that tells you that life is not straight. Life is not straight. Life is not straight. Life is a circle. So if life is not straight, it's a circle, what do you then need to do? You need to learn how to live life. You need to learn how to understand, how life works, and then use it to your own understanding. Now, these are very fundamental things. These are things that we all need to learn every single day. At the moment you understand and know how to learn this every single day, it's going to change your life. So welcome everyone once again. It's a beautiful day, and it promises to be a very amazing one. All right, so we're going to go straight to what I'm sharing with you today. Now, one of the gifts of life, is that why it is night in the place, why it is morning in another place, why it is evening in another place. None of them is good or bad. It's how you see them. So today I want to talk to you. I want to show you the method of what I found out about people that produces consistent result in life in the midst of all of the challenges they have gone through and all of that. And it is human to go through challenges, and it is also human to quit. It is human to never quit and say, no matter what happened, I will keep learning. One of the questions I get to be asked by different people is that how do you stay in the zone? How do you keep going? How do you stay consistent? How do you keep rising from whatever challenges you face to make sure that you win the game? And that's what I'm sharing with you today. And it's very, very important that we take cognizance of this idea, because the moment you can take cognizance of this idea and you begin to run with it, you will realize that so many things in your life will just begin to move in the direction that you want them to move. So what is the first thing that we need to talk about today? We need to talk about the gift of interpretation. All right? The gift of interpretation is such a powerful gift. And it's a gift that we all give to ourselves every single day. All right? So there is no day that passes that you don't give yourself a gift. And either you like it or not, the moment and how the kind of gift you give yourself is dependent on how you see yourself. So today, if you are in Nigeria, it's about 12 minutes to midnight, and we're having this night economy. Now, you need to understand something. Today, you have given yourself a gift. If you're in Australia, yesterday stroke this morning, You have given yourself a gift, and a new day is getting started. You are also going to give yourself a gift today. If you're in America, your day is about rounding off. You have given yourself a gift today. If you are in Asia, you have given yourself a gift today. And this morning, you are also giving yourself another gift. And what is that gift that we are all giving ourselves? It is called a gift of interpretation. All right? So literally, the moment you understand the gift of interpretation, it's going to help you to live life better. So every single day when you wake up, every single day you are going to give yourself a gift. And this gift will either determine whether the doors of life will open up to you or the doors of life is going to be shut against you. And what is that gift I'm talking about? Ayodele Adekoya, it's good to see you. The gift you are going to give yourself is a gift of interpretation. Now, there is a guy, his name is Spinoff, is the founder of a company called Ring, all right? And Ring produces doorbell, and the doorbell that you can install on your phone. And when you install it to your phone, you'll be able to see what is going on in your house, no matter what happened anywhere. Now, this guy, it's in his late 40s now, I believe. Is now member of a Shark Tank. All right, it's one of the guys that sit on the Shark Tank and judge people. But there's something interesting about him that I would like to talk to you about this gift that you and I give to ourselves every single day. Once upon a time, he took his idea to Shark Tank. And when he took his idea to Shark Tank, the people on Shark Tank look at his idea and nobody invested on it. They said, oh, this Ring bell is good, but they are not going to be investing into this idea. Prior to that time, he has invented a couple of things and he has started doing business, but he wanted to take this idea to the next level. And as a result of that, he took this idea, he applied to Shark Tank, and he took the idea to Shark Tank, and guess what happened? They did not fund the idea. Oh, good night, good evening, Olayinka Salawu. It's good to see you here again. Thank you for joining us, and it's going to be a beautiful night. All right. Thank you, Mr. Ayodele Adekoya. Thank you for being here. Remember to like this video. Remember to share it. Remember to mention the name of your friends that needs to watch this. Faithful from Anambra. I really appreciate you. And if you're joining us from anywhere, let us always know where you are joining us from, because that is also going to help us to be able to keep track of where you are joining us from. I know people are joining us from Australia. I know people right now are joining us from different places. Let us know where you are joining us from. It's very good. Andion Chris Banks, thank you for joining us. It will be lovely to know where you're joining us from and all of that. All right, so let me continue. So this man was on Shark Tank, and the guys on Shark Tank said to him, they're sorry, they're not going to be able to fund this idea. Now, he went on Shark Tank and he left. He wanted money. He wanted to be able to get his idea funded so that you can move to the next level. Guess what happened? I have had a couple of no's in my life, okay? And I've tried to raise money for different ventures at different times. I've heard people say to me, oh, wonderful, Ayodele Adekoya from Abuja. It's so nice seeing you today. It's so beautiful seeing you today, all right? Let me always know where you are joining us from, because it helps us to keep track, so this guy went there. But rather than seeing it as a mistake, rather than seeing it as an error, rather than treating it as something that is bad, he developed the mentality of the top 1% of the people in the world. He decided to take that as a challenge for him to get better at what he's doing. Now, these guys are rated as, in either they are billionaires in asset, or they are running business that is producing wonderful. Chinedu from Port Harcourt, so beautiful. Let us always know where you are joining us from. It helps us a lot. So interpretations are very important. Oh, Chris from Anambra, thank you for joining us. I really appreciate you. All right. So that is a very important stuff I was sharing with you there. So this guy saw these things and he decided not to allow it to be treated as if something has gone bad with him. So he went back home and he started working on what he was working on. He started selling what he was selling. As at the time when he went to Shark Tank, he was already making a million in sales selling the ring bell and doorbell rather, and he called the Ring. And it's like what we call the CCTV in Nigeria or another part of Africa. But the difference between the Ring and the CCTV is because you store it on your phone, and when you can see what is going on in your house. You can, when people ring your bell, you can see things. And as a result of that, guess what happened? He gave himself a gift, and that was a gift of interpretation. He gave himself a gift of interpretation to be able to interpret the program to his own advantage. The meaning that he added to the situation was a meaning of what can empower him rather than discouraging him. So every single day when you wake up, you are giving yourself a gift. And that gift is how you interpret what is happening around you. Okay, a client might have shown up in your business and you wanted to buy a product, must have made a deposit for the product, and he decided he's not buying the product again. Maybe you have even counted on the money. You say you have already calculated how much you're going to make, and everything just went other way around. Now, there are two sides to this coin, and there are three sides to the coin, all right? Because someone said there are not two sides to coin, there are three sides to coin. There are back, there's front, and there's the edges. So the point is, you can choose to see this situation the way that you like. But this is what happened. The gift that you give yourself can either open doors for you or block doors against you. So how you interpret what happened every single day in your course of business, in your course of living, is a gift that you give to yourself. So the question I want to ask you as we go today is that what gift have you given to yourself today? What is the gift of interpretation that you are giving to yourself today? And so many years ago, as a student, I came back from school that fateful day, and something happened along the way. The streets, like social, these guys are street urchins and social miscreants on the highway. Or I was coming from school, and they assaulted me along the way. They wanted to collect my phone. This was early 2000, and I'm talking about 2001, 2002, and it was just the early days of phone. The phone I was even using was this very phony kind of phone at that time. And I go back home that day, and I decided to go see my friend. And on my way seeing my friend, I fell into a ditch. My clothes was stained and everything. By the time when I got to my friend's house, somewhere in Isolo, Lagos, my entire clothes has been drenched. I fell into a particular mini drainage, and it's around the Solo axis of Lagos. And I got to my friend's house. When I rose from where I fell in, I was laughing, and I went into my friend's house and I started laughing. I have to clean up myself and all of that. But this is it. That night, I never saw everything that was happening. Either I was assaulted by the social miscreant, or I fell into a ditch and all of those things. I never treated it as something bad. And what I did was, at that time, I saw it as just what happened. And I saw it as a challenge. And I move on from there. Now, how I label what happened that night is my choice. And it's also a gift I am giving to myself. Now, every single day, every single day, you have to begin to have a different perspective to how you look at things that is happening in your life. Now, if you're looking at things that is happening in your life and you are labeled them as white or black or white, you will be living a life the way your mood is always fluctuating and it's like a pendulum. It goes up today. You're not going to have firmness. You're not going to enjoy calmness, because there are days you'll be excited. There are days you'll be sad. There are days you'll be glad. There are days you're going to be extremely sad. Why is this so? Because you do not have a guiding perspective to your life. And you see, in life, your perspective create your perception. So you need to understand what perspective and the guiding perspective to life that you are going to have. What I found that is the mentality of the top 1% is to develop an amazing perspective, because every error in thinking is an error in perception. So if you understand that the error in thinking is an error in perception, you will now begin to look at your life and begin to ask yourself a very fundamental question. So, your interpretation of things. Interpretation is going to do two things for you. Interpretation will either create limitation or it will create liberation. I will say that again. Your interpretation of things will either create limitation for you or it will create liberation for you. Your interpretation never leave you the same. So if you interpret things as if it's, now look at it. Once upon a time, all of us have read stories of a man like, Abraham Lincoln of the United States of America, and you have heard about how he contested for different elections at different times, and different speakers, different public speakers at different times have used this story to create different lessons for you. But when you look at the common factor about the stories of his life, even today it could be inspiring to you. But do you think that at the time when he was going through these challenges, it could be time inspiring? But one thing I knew, that when he was going through all of these things, he had a guiding perspective to his life. And it was those guiding perspective that was forging him ahead. As he was failing at different things, he has a guiding perspective. I want to give you this for free. If Abraham Lincoln had been a Nigerian at the time, or is part of some countries in Africa, they would have said he had spiritual problem. They would have said he has a stressful spirit is chasing after him. They will have used all manner of narratives and all manner of things to be able to describe his life. They will have asked him to go to different mountains in different countries and asked him to say to him that, come on, you need a spiritual help. You can't. There is a problem of firstborn that is affecting you, and all of these things that we have termed as some spiritual problems, and a lot of people have wasted a lot of the time praying prayers in the wrong way, and because it was a gift that we are giving ourselves, and it's called a gift of interpretation. So Abraham Lincoln will have taken the situation and say, he failed the first time, he failed the second time, he failed the third time. All right, what would have been said of a man called Abraham in the Bible? No, Abraham called Isaac in the Bible. He dug the first well, they took it from him. He dug the second well, they took it from him. And he still went ahead and dug the third one, and then he was expanding at different time. What would have happened if you're just a Nigerian, or he's a Yoruba man, or a man from the East, or, they would have said, he has a spiritual problem. He need to attend power must change hands. He need to attend whatever God cannot do does not exist. And then guess what happened? He will be doing all of these things, and it doesn't mean that praying is not proper. I love to pray because I see it as an energy adjuster. But this is what I'm saying to you. Your interpretation of things can either create liberation in your life or create limitation in your life. It's a gift that you give to yourself. All right. So I fell. The first time I started real estate and I started owning apartment. The first unit of apartment I'm going to own, which is about 13 or 14 units of apartment. When the property was acquired, guess what happened? We I wanted to take over the property so that we can reposition the property and start getting tenants into the place. The first day, the former tenant that were there, they didn't want to move out. They have to malign against us and almost beat us to stupor that day. And we were even taken to the police station, my partner and I. And guess what happened? At the end of the day, my lawyer came around and all of those things, and matters was resolved, and I left for the house. Now, the next day I went back to the office. Somebody would have said, oh, this is the first project I wanted to do and I'm facing this challenge. Maybe it's a bad omen and, so maybe I shouldn't do this kind of business. But the point is, your interpretation of things can either limit you or expand you. So what is the gift that you have given to yourself today? How are you interpreting your life? How are you seeing the fact that you were born in a particular place? How are you interpreting that, you wish you have made a lot of sales, you wish you had a fantastic success level this quarter, but things have not gone the way you have expected it. Now, how are you interpreting that kind of stuff? If you want to be consistent and begin to grow in your life and expand in your life, you must give this gift to yourself every single day. And it's called a gift of interpretation. How you interpret things in your life is a gift you give to yourself. And this is what happens to me, and this is what I see in a lot of people. People lack self-respect, because it's lack of self-respect that will make you interpret things in the way that it never empowers you. No matter what happens every single day, make sure that your interpretation of those things is giving you an empowerment. If it does not empower you, it's not a gift to yourself. You have just disrespected yourself and you are not using that thing to expand yourself. So, the first thing about the mentality of the top 1% is that they interpret things in a different way. Once upon a time, Elon Musk was always running out of money. He was pumping his money into creating things. Nobody was literally buying what he was doing. But guess what happened? He was sleeping in the place where the stuff is being made, and because it cannot even afford to get a house for himself. Why? He has pumped all his money. Someone will have looked at him and said, this guy must be a very mad guy. Why is he doing like this? He lacks business sense. And all of those things. But how was it interpreting the whole scenario? It is interpretation that determines how you interpret things is what determines the kind of gift you are giving yourself. So, if I'm going to ask you this question, what gift are you giving to yourself right now? What can you say is a gift you are giving to yourself right now? So when a prospect say no to you, how do you treat that? Do you treat it as a bad thing? And when a prospect say yes to you, you treated it as a good thing. Now look at what is going to happen to you. So when a prospect say no to you, you treat it as a bad thing, and as a result of that, you begin to feel bad. And when somebody says yes to you, you feel good. So there are days in your life when you feel good. There are days in your life when you feel bad. And so if you heard no, you feel bad. And you hear yes, you feel good. You hear no, you feel bad. Now, you need to change that your mode of interpretation, because that your mode of interpretation is reducing your functionality upon the earth. So if you change that your mode of interpretation of things, you will begin to see it. This is what I say to myself. I hate to be broke, but this is what happened. If I am broke, I never treat it as bad. If I love to have a lot of money, and I have a lot of money a lot of the time. And this is what happened. If I have a lot of money, I don't treat it as good. Guess what happened? Based on the mentality of the top 1%, I treat it as a challenge. And you see, let me borrow you the wisdom of Henry Ford. Henry Ford said failure is an opportunity to start more intelligently. Failure is an opportunity to start more intelligently. That is the mentality of the top 1%. Success is result, and success is also a challenge. It means that I live my life every single day. When I'm broke, I see it as a challenge for me to create a financial breakthrough for myself. I'm never seeing it as if life is against me. I never seen it as if I am bad. I never seen it. I see it as a challenge to upgrade my thinking. I see it as a challenge to improve myself. I see it as a challenge to get better. When I ask investors to invest into my business and the business is not, they are not investing, I never see it as something that is wrong. I'm asking myself, how can I turn the no to a yes? In other words, the no means next to me. It does not mean never. Now, that is the mentality that keeps you going. You need to have this mentality, because the biggest motivation that you need in your life is your own mental attitude. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Ayodele Adekoya. The biggest motivation of your life is your mental attitude. So you will fall in life. Because you fall in life does not mean you have failed in life. And so what happens is that when you fall, see it as an opportunity to rise above where you formerly were. So this mentality is a mentality of winners. And all of us must develop this mentality. There is a day in life. There is a noon in life. And there is a night in life. Now, this is what happened. Nature reveals to you that there is no permanency in the season of life. But in every season of life, you can choose to be happy. You can choose, because happiness is a choice that you make. That means you can choose to put yourself in a direction and in a position that will help you to create a kind of life that can help you to live the life that you want to live. So, how are you treating things? How are you looking at things? This interpretation is a very fundamental tool that every wealthy person used to move their life forward. Okay, so in my library, I have a book of the greatest business turnaround. Men that have gone into debt of several billions. Their business is almost fading up, is almost folding up. And so many things have happened to them, but guess what happened? They always have a turnaround strategy, and they look at life, and because they treat life not as black or white, they treat life as black and white. They know that there is a day in life, there is a noon in life, and there is a night in life, and every day, every season of life, they learn to see it as a life to show up. You need to rise every single day and prove yourself to yourself. You see, you don't need to prove anyone wrong. You just need to prove to yourself that you can win. And that is the mindset that must keep you going. All right? That is the mindset that it's a lion kind of mindset. It's a tiger kind of mindset. It's this mindset that keep you in a winning zone, even when everything around you seems to be losing, even when everyone around you seems not to believe in you. But guess what happened? You have sold on the ideology that you are a winner, and you're not going to allow anything to stop you from going for what you want. So what is the gift that you have given to yourself today? You see, I just need you to understand that. I just need you to understand that. Some people will not say yes to your offer. Don't be attached to the outcome. Just know for real that you are going to win. And knowing for real that you are going to win is what is going to change your life. So you have to realize that one of the mentalities of top 1% people in the world is that they know that there is no champion without challenge. So they treat every of life as a challenge so that they can be champions in the game of life. Because life is a game. You can choose to have it as a battle, and you can choose to have it as a game. Some treat life as a battle and they perpetually live in anxiety. Some choose life as a game. They perpetually live in anticipation. So your choice is to know how you have taken life. For me, life is predominantly a challenge. It is a game, and it's a game that I'm meant to win. In the play field of life, I have decided to be a winner. No matter many times I fall, don't glunt over me, because I am going to win. You see, I'm winning for myself because I respect myself. If I respect myself, I'm not going to quit on me. If I respect myself, I'm not going to allow any mistake that I made to be defining me, because my mistake does not define me, it refine me. So that is the mindset that keep winners going. All right. One of the books I have in my library is called The $1 Billion Lessons. And these $1 billion lessons were the lessons of people that have run businesses and they have had challenges, they have failed on the game, and guess what happened? They kept going and they win. So, what gift are you giving yourself today? How are you interpreting things? How are you interpreting things? So, the moment you begin to interpret things in a way that it will help you, it will going to help you. Now, let me tell you, the winners of life, the 1%, the top mentality of the top 1% is that they don't treat problem as problem. They don't have problems. They have projects. Hello. So you don't have money problem. So let me give you an example. For instance, if you live in a place and you don't like the place, you now have a project for a new place. So you don't have a housing problem. You're not in a ghetto. You are just having a project to move to the city. So your project, because this is how it happened. They realize something. The mentality of the top 1% know one thing for sure, that problem shut down your brain. Our brain is anti-problem. Our brain does not like problem. And that is the challenge that most people have. So you need to develop the mentality of the magician. And the mentality of a magician is that they don't see problem, they see project. So what do you want to do? You want to turn what people call problem to a project and treat it as a challenge. Right? This is a project. We are only managing the project. We don't manage problem. You can manage problem, you can manage project. So your interpretation of things will determine how you express them. Your interpretation of things will determine how you express them. Your interpretation of things will determine how you express them. Your interpretation of things will determine how you express them. Oh, you contacted one prospect and he said no. And as a result of that, a lot of people will have been more successful and create fortune in their life if they have learned to interpret what no means. So when you know that no means that people want to know more, that interpretation is going to change your life. So if no means that people want to know more, what's going to happen to you? If you stop being attached to no and started seeing it as a challenge to get better, as a challenge to help more people. Or let me borrow this wisdom. And let me also share this wisdom for you. What about if you turn prospecting into a game? What about if you turn prospecting into a game and say, 10 no's in a row? In other words, you decided to get 1 yes for every 10 no's. So what happened is that you are going to go for no rather than letting no to stop you. So because what stops someone else is what another person used to create is winning. So what is the difference between what stops you and then help someone else? It's called interpretation. So the other person have interpreted the situation as something else. If you have lost money in business, rather than seeing it as if you have failed, why not see it as a challenge to create much more than you have ever lost in life? So interpretation is a gift that you give to yourself. Madam Temitope Lawal, it's good to have you with me this morning. A great woman, an amazing businesswoman. It's so nice to have you. So let me tell you, there are times I get discouraged on how transaction went, but what happened to me is that rather than settling for it, I see it as a challenge to create more transaction. Let me tell you, there are people that have, because they have been embarrassed because they were broke, that was what challenged them to become successful. A man by the name of Sidney Brymer. Wrote a book called Successful Achievement. And the book it's a very voluminous book, volume 1 and volume 2. Sidney Brymer wrote a book called Successful Achievement. And in that volume of that book, you will see that some of the inventions that we have taken for granted were created by people that were embarrassed in life. For instance, if you see the sewing machine that you and I, people that are into fashion, use today, it was created by a man that was jobless as an engineer, and the wife was literally pestering him to go and get something doing. And as a result of that, he took it up as a challenge and he created what we now call a sewing machine. So what happened? The life somebody sees his own, what is going through, it turned into a project. Oh, what about if you turn your business to a project, rather than saying you have a sales problem, why not have a sales project? That means, oh, I'm going to sell 100 plot of land in the next 30 days. All right, I'm going to generate 1,000 leads in the next 30 days. So what happened to you is that you turn the prospect into a game. So the moment you turn something to a game, and then it becomes a play. And winners play to win. So you are playing the game. Your mood will change because that is interpretation. It's a project you have to turn into. You don't have a problem. You have a project. It's only a project that can help you to create progress. All right. What happened is a problem put you in a circle. Project put you on a path of progress. So what are you having today? Interpretation is very important. You don't have a problem. You don't just know that you have a project. Now, everything in your life reminds you of a project. Problems shut down your brain. Problems shut down your brain. So what happened is a problem shut down your brain, and challenge is a fertilizer to your brain. So problems shut down your brain. Challenges is a fertilizer to your brain. So for me, nothing is good or bad. Everything is just a challenge. Life, according to Ellen Keller, life is a daring adventure or nothing. He said there is nothing, there is no security in life, only opportunity. So every single day, you need to start treating life from that paradigm. This is the mentality of the top 1%. This is the mentality of the top 1%. That creates success that you admire. Okay, so stop envying them, start emulating them. So you can borrow this mentality. Number one, strict life. Know that you give gift to yourself every day. It's called a gift of interpretation. Number two, stop seeing problem as a problem. Start seeing what you call a problem as a project. And that is going to help you. That's going to help you. That is going to help you. Remember, the problem shut down your brain. Project is a fertilizer to your brain. So how do you see this? How do you go about life in a way that you can help you? Now, this is one of the good news about people. The top 1%, mentality of the top 1% is that they realize that all of us create our own mindset. Okay? You are the creator of your own mindset. You are the creator of your own mindset. And what creates your mindset is your feeling. Your feeling determines your state of mind. So what you choose to feel determines what the kind of mindset you are creating. And remember, in the word of Aristotle, your state of mind determines the source of your wisdom. So if you create your own mindset, it means that your state of mind, you create your state of mind. You create your state of mind by the guiding principles and the guiding perspective of your life. So choose to see life, everything in life, as a challenge. So your feeling determines your state of mind. A lot of people don't know this. When you are feeling sad, your state of mind, it's of a lower cadre. Okay? To a cheerful mind, a cheerful state of mind make life a continual feast. Now, what that means is that the moment you are in a state of cheerfulness, no matter what is happening, make sure that you maintain a state of happiness. Learn to be happy. Feel happy. Now, you don't need to have anything around you for you to feel good. You don't need to have anything around you for you to feel joyful. You don't need to have anything in your pocket for you to feel great. But this will happen to you based on what you're feeling, because your feeling creates your state of mind. And your state of mind determines the source of your wisdom. And your wisdom determines your rising or your falling. So you can see the pattern. You create your own state of mind. What creates your state of mind is your feeling. Your feeling creates your state of mind. Your state of mind determines the source of your wisdom. And your source of wisdom determines how you function in life. Either you are rising or you are falling. So your state of mind determines your functionality, but something creates your state of mind. This is one of the biggest discovery of the top 1%. They realize that they create their own state of mind. And your state of mind determines the source of your wisdom. Your feeling creates your state of mind. Ooh, so let me tell you how to feel, how to be wise. How to be wise is to feel joyful. How to be wise is to feel great. How to be wise is to feel successful. Maintain in a consistent manner the feeling of success. All right, begin to maintain the feeling of success because your feeling creates your state of mind. Wow, it is a discovery that will change your life. Your feeling creates your state of mind. Your state of mind determines your source of wisdom. Your source of wisdom, determines your rising or your falling. So what are you? So you need to start from the beginning. The way you feel. Feeling is the secret. Begin to feel good. This is what I say to people. If you have what you desire, how are you going to feel? Now, I need you to capture that feeling right now. I need you to capture the mood. Because the mood of mind, your mood of mind, determines the character and the effort of your wisdom. Okay? The mood of your mind determines the character and the effort of your wisdom. So, your mood of mind should be captured all the time. Your mood of mind should be captured all the time. So, if you want to have a mood of mind that is going to help you to create the method that will help you to win, maintain the feeling of gratitude. Feel grateful all the time because your feeling creates your state of mind. Your feeling creates your state of mind. Your feeling creates your state of mind. So if your feeling creates your state of mind, you must not joke with your feeling. Feel good. Let me tell you something that happened to me. Many, many years ago, I was in college and I came back from college to the house. And when I got to the house, I saw that there was no food at home. And my mom was not around. She has traveled. I found out when I came back that my mother traveled and she's not going to come back that same day. And this is what happened. I was a very young boy I think I was 19 at the time. And I went back to the one room that we were staying and I decided to lie down on the bed and I told myself, what will I love to eat tonight? And I said, I would love to eat, chicken stew today, and I lie down on the bed and I was feeling good as if I've eaten the chicken. And I was so joyful about everything that has happened. I was excited about it. I live from the chicken. I live from the meal. I live from it. I was excited. I was happy. I was grateful about it. In about 45 minutes or 1 hour, I can't really say, someone knocked at the door. And when I opened the door, it happens to be one of my cousins that live a street away. And she bought a bowl and a flask full of, and he said her mom said she should give it to my mother. And when I opened the flask, it happened to be made of chicken stew and rice. And guess what happened? That night I had rice. I hate rice. Your mood of mind is telling you where your life is going. If your mood of mind is of sadness, it's telling you your life is going downward. If your mood of mind is of gratitude, it's telling you your mind is going upward. So guess what happened to you? You have to capture your mood of mind all the time, because if you don't capture your mood of mind is capturing you. So you need to dictate and direct your mood of mind. Every top performer in the world always mindful of their mood of mind, because your mood of mind determines the character and the effort of your wisdom. So I had chicken that night. All right, because I'm not going to allow externality to determine my life. I'm not going to allow what I don't have to determine how I feel. Because circumstances does not make a man. Circumstances reveal a man to himself. Circumstances does not make you a human being. Circumstances is only a revealer of you. All right. So if circumstances is only a revealer of you, guess what is happening to you? You need to understand this and begin to apply them into your life. So what are you going to do? You need to capture your mood all the time. Feel good all the time. By the way, learn to feel good for no reason. Because sometimes you needed a reason to feel good, and waiting for the reason can make your down go downward. So what do you need to do? Keep a good mood. Feel good. Never go to bed in a bad way. Always go to bed feeling successful. It doesn't matter how the day went. Always go to bed feeling successful. It is your choice how you feel. It is always your choice how you feel. So what's it? Feel good. Feel good. Feeling is a frequency. Okay, and everything in life that you seek is already in existence in a frequency. So everything you need, you want, you desire in life is a frequency. Success is a frequency. Failure is a frequency. And feeling is a frequency. Now listen to me. This is going to help you, because this is how the mentality of the top 1% that's going to help you. They understand that feeling is a frequency. Success is in a frequency. Greatness is in a frequency. Sales is in a frequency. All right? Failure is in a frequency. Struggling is in a frequency. So everything that you seek is already existing in a frequency. Your work is to tune in to the frequency. So if you have a radio, you will know that there is what we call FM. FM means what? Frequency modulation. So your work in life is to be a frequency modulator. That means you should modulate. What does that mean? To regulate. You are a frequency regulator. Feeling is a frequency. So you're meant to regulate your feeling. Everything you seek in life is already in existence in a frequency. Your work is to tune in to that frequency. And how do you tune in? You tune in by the way you are feeling. All right? Feel. There is a feeling. There is a mental equivalent of what you are seeking. So the mental equivalent of what you are seeking exists in a frequency. So if you have, there was a time in my life I wanted to sell this number of products, and the product seems not to be selling, even as a very amazing sales guy that I am. Guess what I do? Every night I go to bed feeling good about the product. Every night I go to bed feeling excited that the product has been sold, because that is the way I would have felt if the money has been paid into my bank account. So I started feeling the way I would feel, because faith is the substance of things that you hope for, the evidence of things that you have not seen. Faith is calling the things that be not as though they were. So what happened is, if the things that be not as though they were, I begin to act as if I already received that which I am seeking. So I go to bed every night feeling successful. I go to bed every night feeling as a winner. I go to bed every night feeling as if I already have what I do. So every morning I go back and I started doing my work. I keep maintaining the feeling. In less than 3 weeks, I almost sold out everything that I have. Guess what happened? Because I was keening into the wisdom, and the idea that will now make things happen begin to show up in my life. So what happened is, a feeling is a frequency. Everything you seek already exists in a frequency. So, and that is why, if you know that feeling is a frequency, every time you are feeling bad, you are in the frequency of struggle. Every time you are feeling regret, you are in the frequency of struggle. Every time you are feeling sad, you are in the frequency of struggle. Every time you are feeling envy, you are in the frequency of struggle. What happened to this thing? They block you from that which you desire. Come on. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? If this is making sense to you, I think you need to share this video. You need to share this video with someone. Oh my God. All right? You need to share this video with someone. You need to begin to share it. Share it 3 times, 5 times. Just share the video. Keep sharing the video. You need to mention someone's name that need to watch this. You need to mention your friends. You can't receive this alone. You need to help your team. You need to help people in your life. Maintain a frequency. Let everybody in an organization begin to feel the frequency of success. And in a couple of days, see what's going to happen in that organization. All right? A man many years ago was asked to come and teach people how to be successful in Russia. And he went to Russia and he started teaching them. They thought he's just going to teaching them about things, and he started teaching them how to maintain a proper mood for themselves. They were complaining just the way you complain right now if you live in Nigeria. You complain about the dollar becoming 1,000, 150, 1,100. And guess what happened? Every time you are complaining, you are in a frequency. And that frequency is a frequency of struggle. So what I need you to understand is that complaining does not change your life. It makes your situation worse. So what you want to do for the sake of your own personal economy, you want to maintain, you are not denying what it is, but you are using what it is as a challenge to create what you want. So what happens is that, does worry provide you what you want? Does living in anxiety provide you what you want? Does being anxious provide you what you want? No, rather is making what is existing to be worse. So what do you want to do? Maintain a gratitude. Complain is a frequency. And if you understand that, it's going to change your life. You're going to eradicate complaints in your life, because every time you always observe your feeling. If you want to change your life, change the way you feel about your life. Okay, feel grateful about your life. Feel excited about your life. Feel great about your life. And as you do this every single time, guess what happened to you? Things begin to shift, because you live in a planet of rhythm. There is a rhythm on this planet. And for you to be in the rhythm of this planet is a rhythm of grace. And this rhythm can only happen. Mr. Wale, thank you very much. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, beside all your busy schedule. Thank you for still finding time to be here this wonderful early morning for Night Economy. Maintain a good feeling. I think organizations need to start having a sound in the organization that plays some very cool, soft music on the background. You know what? Maintain a feeling, because feeling is a frequency. When you get into some places, you will just sense that they are struggling. You know what? Because struggle is a frequency. Maintain a feeling that you are winning. Maintain a feeling that you are winning all the time. Maintain a feeling that you are winning. Maintain a feeling that you are winning. Let it show in the way you dress. Maintain a feeling that you are winning. Maintain a winning that things are working for you. You are not pretending, you are creating. All right? Feeling is a frequency. Guys, that is how it happens. This is a mentality of the top 1%. So, and this mentality is amazing. Maintain a feeling. Another mentality of the 1% is this. They have what I call in spite of mentality. You know, when I fell inside the drainage and I was going to see my friend, in spite of the fact that I fell, I started going and I got to my friend's house. You know, you have to keep, there are times you don't feel like doing something, but in spite of the way you don't feel like it, you still go ahead and do it. So what happened is that you don't need to feel like you're making the sales. You need to put yourself in the feeling. And how do you put yourself in the feeling? Because this is how it happens. Feeling can get you into acting, and acting can get you into feeling. I will say that again. Feeling can get you into acting, and acting can get you into feeling. So what do I mean by it? If you feel successful, you begin to act successfully. But what happened? There are times when you are finding it difficult to get that feeling. It looks as if what you need to do, just begin to act. Just begin to act. Begin to act. All right? Begin to act. Begin to act. That singular feeling is going to change your life. So that action will change your feeling. Just the way the feeling can change your action. So what do you want to do? Begin to act. Begin to act what you want to do. So in spite of how you feel, you're going to go ahead and do what you want to do. In spite of it. Okay? You need an in spite of it mentality to create the life that you want. In spite of it mentality will keep your life going. Oh, in spite of how I feel, I'm going to pick the call and call the person. All right? Because the action can change your feeling, just as the feeling can change your action. Either of the two will always give you the same result. If you're feeling it, you begin to act it. If you act it, you begin to feel it. So, you don't feel like making those calls. You don't feel like sending that mail. But guess what? Just act act on the mail, still the mail, you begin to feel like doing it. Do you know that? You may not feel like selling, but when you start selling, you start feeling like selling. And what happened? Because you act it, so you begin to feel it. If you feel it, you begin to act it. So develop the in spite of it mentality. So in spite of how you feel, you're going to act it. So how are you acting now? All right. There's still two guys that is one of them. There are two guys. They live in different times. One of them, his name is Norman Cousin. Norman Cousin wrote a book called The Anatomy of Illness. All right, The Anatomy of Illness. And there is another man that lived in the 18th century. His name is Henry Wood. Henry Wood is an amazing man. And he wrote another book. What's the name of the Henry Wood books now? I've forgotten the title of his book. But this is amazing two people. But what is the commonality between them? Both of them live with a mentality, or what I call the in spite of it mentality. And I want to share this mentality with you because it's going to help you a lot. What is the in spite of it mentality? It's very simple. Now, Henry Wood was declared, the commonality between both of them is that the doctor, the world of medicine, said that they have a terminal disease. Now, remember what I told you about the gift that you give to yourself every day, the gift of interpretation. So they told at a different time in history, 18th century, coming to early 19th century, a man by the name of Henry Wood was told that he has a terminal disease. They could not find a cure to the ailment that he had. And what they did to Henry Wood is that they have to quarantine him. They were not using that word at the time, but that's what they did. They put him in an isolated place. The same thing in the 20th century, stroke 21st century, a man by the name of Norman Cousin, a psychiatrist or thereabout, he has a disease, and they said the disease is a terminal disease. There is no cure to it. But this is what happened. They also have to lock him up in a particular place. They quarantine him. They isolate him. But these guys have an amazing mindset. In spite of what the world of medicine says, they choose never to give up on themselves. So, Henry Wood started meditating one day. And in the course of his meditation, he said a thought came to him. And the thought was found in the word of Jesus the Christ. And he said, love your enemies, okay? Bless those that despisefully use you. And what does that mean? So Henry Wood decided, and he looked at the word and he said, love your enemy. What's his enemy now? His enemy is the disease that is in his body, that is ravaging his body, and they want to kill him. And the doctor says that it's a terminal disease. By the way, let me have an interpretation of that. What's a terminal disease? A terminal disease is a disease that the doctor, the world of medicine, have never found a cure to yet. So there is no terminal disease. There are just a limited solution. It means that there is no disease. There is no hopeless situation. There are just people that are hopeless about the situation. So there is no terminal disease. There are just people that have a terminal thinking about the disease. So what happened is that these people refuse to allow other people's definition to create what their life is. So Henry Wood started blessing his body. He would picture his body every single day in the midst of the terrible pain that he was having. And he started picturing his body. That everything, he loved his body. He started treating the enemy, started sending a thought of love to the enemy. Guess what happened? After a couple of weeks, Henry Wood was found to have been totally cured. Henry Wood was found to have been totally cured of his ailment that there was no solution to according to the word of medicine at the time. So he refused to call his situation a hopeless situation, because there is no hopeless situation anytime. There is no problem without a solution, because something cannot be called a problem if a solution does not exist. It only means that the solution has not yet been found. And so what happened is that's why you turn it to a project. You don't need a problem for your brain, because problems shut down your brain. You turn your problem to a project. You don't have a sales problem, you have a sales project. So what happened is that the project is to sell 100 plot of land. So you're going to sell it. The project is to make 100 million this month. The project is to close on 1 billion naira deal this month. Now what happened is that the project is to raise $2 million, $3 million for your project. Now what happened is that it is a project, is not a problem. It is project that will lead you to progress. All right? So he did that. My cousin was also put in a place. Now, when a cousin was put in a room, and after a while, he requested for comic videos and comic, stuff to watch. They were wondering what's happening to him. And he gathered in the book, he wrote in the book, The Anatomy of Illness. And he put himself in that room, and he started watching, and he started laughing. And in the midst of the pain, my cousin was laughing. He was laughing and he was laughing. He was laughing, the tears, joy, and all of that. And after a couple of weeks or so, my cousin was found to have been totally healed of his ailment that the doctor said is a terminal disease. What do you find in these two things? In spite of its mentality, these guys have a proper interpretation of things. Number two, they will never interpret things in what is going to limit them. They rather give themselves interpretation that is going to help them. All right? Make sure that you live until you die. Never die before you die. Because many times, lack of courage make people die before they die. They're just waiting for a public day of declaring their burial. So never die before you die. Make sure you live till you die. And that is going to help you based on your interpretation of life. Look at Norma Cousin and look at Henry Wood. What is the commonality between them? They have an in spite of it mentality. So where do you need in spite of it mentality today? How can you use in spite of it mentality to create the life that you want? How can you do that? Another woman that did the same thing, her name is Louise Hay. And Louise Hay is a woman that wrote a book called Heal Your Life. And in the book Heal Your Life, she was explaining how she had a cancer at the time. And they told her she's going to die and all of that. And she started imagining all her body cells, and started communicating with all her body cells, and started imagining and started sending thought of love and seeing that there is a reactions in her body. And after a couple of weeks, they found out that her entire body has been purified and there is nothing, a trace of any cancer in her body. What happened? These people have an interpretation of things in a way that it empowers them. So, you don't have money now. Your bank account is showing red line. Why are you interpreting that? Are you treating it as if life is against you? Or are you treating it as if life had entrusted into your hand to create abundance from the little that you have? All right? So this is what happened. You have to choose to live. You have to choose to live. Choosing to live is a choice you must make every single day. Remember that life is not straight. Life is a circle. You will be discouraged sometimes. But you have to be ready to be discouraged. But willing to navigate your discouragement in a way that you can find a way to make your courage keep you going. So remove the D's from your discouragement, and all that will be left for you is the courage. Because you need courage for living, to choose to live. Choose to live. You rise this morning and you begin to send forth a thought. You begin to live your life the way you want to live it. You don't have plenty of money, but you know what? Begin to make your plan. Begin to look at how life is going to go. Look at one of the gifts of interpretation that I read, and it's so amazing. I think it's in my book. Let me see the story. It says, how long, let me read this to you. How long will you have to work to buy BMW? And an interviewer asked a doctor, and the doctor said, I think I can buy one in 6 to 8 months of my practice. He asked another person with an MBA. He said, I need about 11 to 12 months of hard work. He asked another engineer. He said, at least I need 2 to 3 years of very hard work. Then he asked a man called Ratan Tata. And he said, and Ratan Tata said, I think about 5 years. And the interviewer was curious. You know, and the interviewer said, he asked Rantantata, why is it going to take you that long for you to buy a BMW? And Mr. Rantantata said, and you need to listen to what he said. He said, well, it is not easy. BMW is a big company. All right? Now, look at that story. It's not easy. Now, somebody is asking a question. He said, how long is it going to take you for you to buy BMW? The doctor interpreted it differently. The doctor said, oh, it's going to take me about 6 to 8 months of my practice to buy. He has an engineer. He says it's going to take him about 2 years. Then he asked Mr. Rantantata, how long is it going to take you to buy BMW? And the man said 5 years. And the interviewer asked, why that long? And he said, because BMW is a big company. Look at what happened. He asked a question. Mr. Rantantata interpreted it as, for him, it's not about buying a car. It's about buying BMW as a company. So it's going to take him 5 years to be able to work around buying the company. But when he asks the doctor sees it about buying a car. When he asks the engineer saw it as buying a car. So your interpretation of life determines how you're going to experience it. So what are you living for right now? What are you living for? What are you seeing? What are you seeing right now? You need to begin to choose to expand your life. Remember that courage expands your life. So you cannot afford to live in discouragement. Courage expands your life. Courage expands your life. You need to keep courage. This is what I love to say to myself. Courage is cash flow. Courage expands my world. Courage determines. There is fear, but you are going to go ahead and do what you want to do in life in spite of fear. Because courage is not an absence of fear. Courage is ability to do something in spite of fear. Knowing full well that which you seek is more important than fear. Courage is not an absence of fear. Courage is, in spite of fear, you are going to go ahead and do what you want to do because you know that what you seek is more important than fear. You don't stop working because you don't feel afraid. By the way, there is a saying in the city, do it scared. Remember one time I was in Kenya and I was at a zoo, and this young boy wanted to feed the giraffe, and they asked him to feed giraffe, and he could not feed the giraffe because he was scared. And I was standing before him. I have fed the giraffe already, and I gave him the little stuff. I said, young boy, you are scared, right? And the boy was nodding his head. He said he's scared. I said, that's why you have to do it scared. There are many things in your life. The mentality of the top 1% says, I will be afraid, but I will do it scared. I will be scared because this is what happened. When you are dreaming something big in life, there is a mixed feeling that will happen to you. Something big in life always sends a two signal to you at the same time. It will send you a signal of excitement, and it will send you a signal of being scared at the same time. So when something is big, you will be excited and you'll be scared at the same time. So what happened? Do it scared. Don't let scare you away from your dream. All right? You will face challenges, and you will have challenges. That is the constant thing in life. But never let that stop you. You have to see your challenge as an opportunity to live your dream, not an excuse to quit it. Treat your challenge as an excuse, as an opportunity to live your dream, not as an excuse to do it afraid. That's the word. Do it scared. So, are you scared? Yes. You're not denying that you are scared, but do it scared, my friend. Do it scared. Do it scared. Okay? Do it scared. Don't allow anything to stop you. Do it scared. If you pray for growth in life, you wake up in the morning and you pray for growth, guess what God is going to send you? He's going to send you challenges. You wake up and you pray for success. Guess what God is saying to send you? He's going to send you desire and resistance. Because what is the work of a resistance? The work of resistance is not to stop you from accomplishment. The work of resistance is to prove to you whether what you desire, you truly want it. So never let resistance stop you. Don't ever let resistance stop you. Never. Never let resistance stop you from going for your dream. So there is no good or bad. There are just different kind of circumstances. There is no good or bad circumstances. There are just different kind of circumstances. And guess what happened? You have to adjust. You have to begin. A lot of people allow challenges to make them adjust their goals rather than adjusting their actions. Rather than adjusting their thinking for a better thing, they will now begin to adjust their goal to a lower thing. No, you shouldn't adjust your goal to a lower thing because you face challenges in life. So when you pray for success, the only wise God is going to send you resistance, because challenges make champions. By the way, we say it on the street, challenges are the breakfast of champions. Champions embrace challenges because challenges are not a symbol of evil. They are signals of progress waiting for you to be embraced. So what does that mean to you? It means that you need to develop these challenges. How will you grow your income without solving problems for someone else? So if you want to make more money, you want to grow your income, you have to solve problems from someone else. So you're not going to create more income by just imagining that you're going to make more income. So income will come to you. How will you grow your wisdom without confronting issues in life? Have you ever thought about that? How do you grow your income without confronting issues in life? So you're going to grow your income by confronting issues in life that are not comfortable with your present worldview. So you are going to grow your wisdom by confronting issues in life that is not comfortable with your present worldview. And that is how you grow wiser. Come on. So challenges are there. Challenges are not bad. They are not bad. They rather make you mad. Do you know what that means? Challenges are not bad. They rather make you mad. What does mad means? They rather make you make a difference. That's what the word mad means there. It's an acronym. So challenges are not bad. They only make you mad. They make you make a difference. So if you embrace challenges, you're going to make a difference in your world. So if you want to be wise, you must be comfortable confronting issues that are more deeper than your present worldview. But if you're running away from present issues that are more deeper than your present worldviews, guess what is going to happen to you? You are going to be smaller than the way you are. So, nothing is good or bad. Everything is a challenge. That is a perspective that will keep you going. And a lot opportunity of a life present, give you the opportunity of life every day. If you treat life that way, don't allow things to limit you. These are the things that people do every single day. These are how people treat life every single day. So I was telling you about James Spinoff at that time. Guess what today? James Spinoff is now sitting on Shark Tank, the same Shark Tank that rejected him. He's now one of the celebrities on that Shark Tank that is now judging other people. Because he never gave up on himself. Because he never saw his challenges as something that is good or bad. He treated it as a challenge, at a time. Because of the fact that he showed up on Shark Tank, Sir Richard Branson saw him on the Shark Tank and he decided to invest in the business. And Sir Richard Branson invested in the business. And a few years ago, Amazon bought over the business for $1.something billion. Guess what happened? If this guy has given up and see that they rejected him, maybe this idea is not good enough. There are times that the authorities will not give you permission. You must then take a position of authority in your life to give yourself permission to be successful. Because many people, one of the things that the top, the mentality of a top, 1% is that they give themselves permission to be successful. They are not waiting for any other person to give them permission. I've told you the story of a man before, a very short man that needed to see a savior. And it was a very short man of a small stature. And everybody was there and he decided to outrun them and he saw a sycamore tree. And he gave himself the permission to climb the tree. And by climbing the tree, the master saw him and he said he should come down, so because today is going to eat dinner in his house. If this man has not given himself permission to outrun the crowd, if this man has not given himself permission to climb the tree, he would never have seen the Savior, and perhaps his name would never have been mentioned in the story. So what permission are you waiting for other people to give you? There are people that are billionaires today. A few years ago, they were not even thousandaires. What happened? They gave themselves the permission to go for what they want. What permission are you giving yourself today? Remember, there is no good or bad thing. Everything is just a challenge. Treat it as a challenge. This is a mentality that makes people win. This is a mentality that keeps people going. Can you embrace that? Can you go for that? Okay, I need you to see this. Challenges can either stretch you or stress you. All right? Depending on the construct of your worldview. The world you live in is not the world we live, but the world you have constructed with your personal philosophy and perspectives. The world you live in is not the world we live in. It is the world you have constructed by your personal philosophy and your perspective. So the world I'm living in the world I have constructed by my own personal philosophy and my perspective. The world you are living in now is the world you have constructed by your past. We are all constructors. We are constructing things every single day. What world have you created for yourself? So I've seen a lot of people, they have not been able to succeed in sales, in business, and all of that because they allow challenges to define them rather than challenges to refine them, and use the challenges to create what they want to do with their life. Remember, things don't happen to you, things happen because of you. Things happen to you, things happen because of what you do and what you refuse to do. So things don't happen to you. So, what does that mean? You need to begin to come to that understanding. In your workplace, how can you apply this? Realize that treat everything as a challenge. Oh, they gave you a target. By the way, you need to start setting targets for yourself. Because if you target is better than problem. Begin to set a target because target is related to project. So you begin to set a target for yourself and let that keeps you going. All right? Let that keeps you going every single day. And that's going to help you. That's going to help you powerfully to live the kind of life that you want to live. Now, this is a mentality. This is a mentality that every top 1% has applied into their life. So, I've introduced you to that today. Stop seeing things as bad or good. Start seeing things as a challenge. In your work, you have been in a position. It's a challenge to move to the next level. What is the target? What will take you there? Set it at a target. That's number one. Number two, every effort that will lead you there, begin to treat it as a play. And because the play is necessary for your creativity to come alive. The problem I see with a lot of people is that when they set a target, they see the effort as work. No, your brain does not like to work. And you see, I wish that we had taught this long time ago. Your brain does not like to work, but your brain loves to play. So what happens is that you will set a target. You will not call it, your work is what I call serious play. So start seeing the work as a play. So I call it serious play. Start seeing it as a play. Work is a serious play because you want to make serious money. But it's not a work to me, it's a serious play. So I treat it as a target. So I want to sell a product worth 1 billion. I need 100 investors to sit down with me in a meeting. I'm going to treat it, I have a target. To every effort I'm going to use to get to that target, I'm going to treat it as a serious play. And then guess what happened? Because it is the play that neutralizes resistance and take me to my place. So what happened is that your brain needs play for it to function well. Most of us, we are not functioning well because we are treating life as work. Life is not a work. Life is a game. And if it is a game, we have to play. So stop. That is the mentality. Tell your team, let's play with this. There is a man. I want to show you a man, and I will round off. Oh my God. Let me show you this man. I hope he's here. Where is he? I hope I'll find him. Where is the prof now? I can't find him. Okay, yes. Orderliness is important. Orderliness. So, I must surely find him. See, look at this man. This man, his name is what? Richard Feynman. He's one of the most famous physicists in the world. He's one of the most famous physicists in the world. He wrote this book called Surely You Are Joking. It's an amazing, funny, interesting book. But he's a physicist. He has a Nobel laureate in physics, this man. But guess what happened? In this book and a couple of his other books, he says something. He said once upon a time in his life, he was finding it difficult to come up with any idea. He was finding it difficult to come up with things in physics. And then he said to himself one day, let me start playing with it. And guess what happened? He started playing with physics. And as he started playing with physics, guess what happened to him? He started getting results. And by playing with physics, he was able to invent things that won him Nobel laureate. Come on. Start playing with your work. Play with the sales. Play with a call you're making. Turn it to a game. So play with it. So number one, you have a target. Number two, every effort you are taking to carry out the work, treat it as a recreation, treat it as a play, treat it as fun. It's not going to be easy to your brain at the beginning because you are used to being serious with work. But don't stop being serious with work. Seriousness creates blindness to your brain. Playfulness creates openness, alertness to your brain. Seriousness causes blindness to your brain. Playfulness creates alertness to your brain. So by being too serious, you have been damaging your brain without knowing, because that's not how your brain functions. The limbic system in your brain needs emotion for it to function. And that emotion can be generated by play. So treat your work as play. You're going to be exposed to the level of creativity, of divinity that will shock you. Oh, treat that your banking work, that your work as play. This is the target I have for today, and I'm going to play with it. Play with it. Sing the song as you go on, all right? Rejoice, be, and guess what happened? Have you never noticed that children treat life as play? So life is never boring to children. You know, the street life, they are not frustrated by things. They are fascinated by things. And that's what happened to play. When you begin to treat life as play, the obstacle that other people are running away from, you begin to run towards it. Why? Because you stop treating life as frustration. You start seeing life as a fascination. That's how your brain works. Set a target. The effort you are making to get to the target, convert it to a play and a recreation. And guess what happened? Begin to review it again and again. You will be shocked, the ideas that will start coming to you. I believe that the men that wanted to take their friends to Jesus Christ, according to the Bible, they turned the project of taking their friend to Jesus Christ as a play. Because this is what the story said. It said they're carrying him on a stretcher. And when they got to the place was full. And they said, an idea came to them, and they said, we are going to get to the roof and put him down from the roof. Now, that must be treated as a play. That cannot be treated as a work. Someone that is thinking about work does not do that. They treat it as a play. And the idea that changed their life came to them. Oh, the man called blind Bartimaeus must have treated meeting with the master as a play. He said, who was passing by? They said, the master is passing by. And he started shouting, Master, have mercy on me. And it was stated in history that they asked him to shut up. And it was stated that the more they asked him to shut up, the more he shouted. What does that mean to you? He must have treated meeting with the master as a play. He has a target. The effort he has to carry out to get it done, it converted into a play. That's how I go about sales. That's how I go about raising money. That's how I hardly get discouraged. You can never see me down. You know where it doesn't mean that things is not everything I go out to get that I get. No, but I'm not attached to the outcome. I'm just playing, man. Huh? Life is a play. It's a big play for me. Life is a game. Life is a game. My work is a play field. You need to write that down. Life is a game. My work is a play field. So what I put is that my work is a play field that I have for life. Life is a play. Life is a game. My work is a play field. You know, so as a result of that, I'm not discouraged. I live life. So you have a target. The effort you are making to hit the target, you convert it to a recreation and a play. And guess what happens? You keep reviewing. You will not be stressed out. You will rather be stretched, and new ideas begin to come to you. Guess what happened? I was 22 when this idea was introduced to me. My mentor asked me to raise, how much was it at that time? I think 500,000 for a particular program. And so, I took this idea and I started running with it. I have a target and I converted it to a play. Prior to that time, I've never gone out to raise anything like 500,000 in 3 weeks. And I started selling a ticket for a program. Guess what happened? I did not raise 500,000 in 3 weeks. I did not hit the target of the 500,000. But I was able to get to about 350,000 or thereabout. But I was having fun. I was busy having fun. And a new world was open to me. Because I treat it. So you're a sales guy. You want to make sales. Commission is what you want. You want to be able to help people get what they want. Guess what happened? The sales field is your playground. So treat it as a play. You work in a bank. Treat your work as a play. You are a marketer in a bank. You are a marketer in a financial institution. You are a marketer in any organization. You work in operation. The work will be tedious. Set the targets. Treat the effort to hitting your target as a play. Guess what happened? It will change your life just like it changes life. All right? It changes life. You want to write a book? Have a target. The effort of writing for 15 minutes every day, treat it as a play. And as you do that every single day, guess what is going to happen to you? You're going to start tapping into a new level of wisdom. The reason why children are very creative, and everyone, we can be creative throughout our lifetime, it's just like we block the funnel that make the creativity gush out into our life by being too serious about life. All right? Men will fall, but not all men that fall fail. And so what you do is that when you fall, you rise. When you quit and stay falling, you fail. So what you need to do is to begin to see this. And these are the mentality of the top 1%. And you begin to adopt this mentality, it will change your activity. Because mentality precedes activity. So you need to develop the mentality, then the activity will come. By the way, guys, if you have not taken this book, don't forget this offer. This offer is so amazing. And what is the offer? Wonderful book. Wonderful book. This is Close or Lose. So when you read those books, you begin to practice them and make them a play. Learn how I make my first $1 million before I was 28 years old. I show you the play pattern and I show you what works. Right? See, shut up and collect the money. You need to take charge of your personal economy. Now things are becoming different. Too many things are changing. But this is what I say to people. Nothing is expensive in the world. It depends on how you are paying for them. The reason why people think things are expensive is because they are paying for things with their effort, not their creativity. So begin to learn how to pay for things with your creativity, not your effort. And from what I share with you, the thought I share with you today is one chapter of this book, Stay Hungry, Go Starving. And I've just been able to expand on the idea for you today. I think what I share with you today is on chapter 5 of this book. All right. So you are going to, so that you can learn how to stay at the zone of winning for the rest of your life. Okay, so this 4 book is meant to be 28,000. If you pick this 4 book, I'm going to give you another book called Follow Up or Fold Up, which is another 7,000. So it's going to be 35,000. But instead of giving me 35,000, I am asking you to invest 20,000 to have this book. But that's not all. By the virtue of doing this, I'm going to give you an access to my newsletter. It's called the Big Money Moves Letter. It's 30,000 per annum. But guess what happened? Guess what happened? I'm going to give it to you for free because you are getting this book for the whole year. So that makes this cover to be 65,000. I'm having a program in December which I'm teaching you how to win the big money game in 2024. And this program is an 100,000 naira program. But because you are taking this 4X Freedom Bundle today, you are going to get that program ticket to that place for free. So if you're watching this today and you have not ordered for this, a lot of people are ordering for it everywhere. All right, so you can place your own order. We have a pile up of orders that we're still meeting out today. My guys are also sending out series of orders to Badagry, to different parts of Lagos and Nigeria. So what do you want to do? You want to put it in the comments, I want this. And by putting it in the comment, one of my team members is going to get to you immediately. This book is going to change your life for the rest of your life. See, there's somebody that is using only this book alone, and by practicing it, he has made sales worth several hundreds of millions. And he only got this book for 7,000. The people that have used this book and they have literally changed your life. A new organization during COVID, this is the only they were reading this book every single day and started practicing it. And as a result of that, they changed their life and they were able to bounce back from everything. So this 4 book is meant to change your life. All right. So you want to get this today and it's going to help you. All right. So we're closing now. And in case you have not seen this book, I just want to use this book to introduce something to you. So in March 2024, 22nd to 24th of March 2024, I'm going to be having an event. It's called Real Estate Cash Flow Masterclass. Now, in that program, I'm going to be having amazing speakers. One of my mentors have decided to also be there. He's going to be there for us. Dr. Lumide Emmanuel is also going to be there. We're going to be talking about real estate cash flow machine. I'm bringing the king of real estate in Ilupeju Real Estate. These are people, a former MD of a mortgage bank, and he's going to be there and he's going to share with you how he has been able to create billions in his own cash flow. I'm going to be sharing my model with you from this book and how you can practically apply them in a more detail. I'm also going to be bringing another person that will be sharing with you how to raise money, funding, not Nigerian money, but on $1 million, $3 million that you can pay back in 5, 10, 15 years. He has done that for us, and I can tell you for free that this is real. So he's going to be one of the speakers for the being there for us for that 3 days of event that is going to be holding in Marriott. The event is only for 100 people. As at the last count, I think about 12 people have registered, and there are 2 versions of this thing. We have the VIP and we have the regular. And what is the difference between them? The VIP is 700,000 and the regular is 400,000. But for the early risers, the VIP is 500,000 and the regular is 250,000. Now, what do you have to get? And there's something you have to get right away. And so this is it. For the VIP, you're going to have backdoor strategies with the speakers. I'm giving you full access to them. You are going to be lodged in an hotel, for 2 days, 2 nights. You're going to be there. It covers that. And you are going to have access to the speakers. They're going to speak. The VIPs are going to learn from these people just like everybody, but they're going to also give you more opportunity to be able to have a special dinner with the speakers. And this is what you don't want to meet. You have never seen this kind before. This is a program that is going to show you how to build your own financial fortress. And you don't want to miss this for anything. All right? You don't want to miss this for anything at all in the world. And so what does that mean? It's going to be 250,000 and 500,000 for now. All right. So what you want to do is that if you want to be part of this program, you can also begin to spread your payment and say, I would like to own a slot. And so our team has a special package for this, whereby you can begin to pay. Now, if you want to learn how to create cash flow for life, this is a program you want to be. I'm going to be showing you the system that works. I'm going to be showing you how to work, how to borrow properties. I'm going to be showing you how to make sure that this thing works for you. And somebody is saying, but Tade, I don't really have money. I'm going to show you how to get the money. All right. So if all that you have right now is the money you are raising to come to this program, it could just be a life changing for you. Real estate cash flow machine. People have read this and they have created assets, that can fund their life for the rest of their life by choosing to follow what is written in this book. And so what then happens to you? Thank you, my man. That's one of my people that have used this process and they have created amazing stuff. Let me tell you, this system works all the time. And so what I'm going to be showing to the 100 people is how to do this. Now, the good news about this is that my team has already started promoting this program. More than about 12 people have already registered for this program, and we're only going to accommodate 100 people. More than 100,000 people are going to be exposed to this information to see this program. More than 2,000 people will want to be in this program. But this is the bad news. Only 100 people are going to be admitted into this program. And the moment, it means that more than 1,900 people are going to miss out on this program. So if this is what you want to do, it's not too late to start planning for 2024 as Christ liveth. So what do you want to do? You're going to get an access to this book. You can choose to buy this book to have an idea of what is going to be happening to you in the program. It's called, the mission for me is to use the real estate cash flow machine to show people how to create cash flow for life. See, our business is divided into 3 dimensions. My own business, there are many people that are into real estate, and all they are doing is that they are just interested in just selling land, looking for land to sell every single day, and I can tell you for free, I've built estate in few countries in Africa. I can tell you for free that one of the hardest place to buy land and sell land as a real estate business is Nigeria. I can tell you that for free. I've bought land in South Africa. I've owned land in Cote d'Ivoire. We have owned land in Botswana. I've had access to land in Lesotho. I've had access to land in Ghana. But guess what happened? Nigeria system is totally different. So if all that you are doing is just buying land, but let's one, land can give you a leverage cash flow. And it's amazing model. So what I'm going to show you is to show you the 3 models of real estate: the leverage cash flow, the lifestyle cash flow, and the legacy cash flow. But this is my advice. I want you to be able to create something that does not depend on you showing up to work every single day. I want to replace your strength with a system. I want to replace your salary with an investing that works. And that is the essence of real estate cash flow masterclass. You have not heard it like this before, and this is going to literally change your life. If this is what you want, if freedom is your goal, if freedom is your identity, if freedom is what you want to create, you don't want to miss the real estate cash flow masterclass. It's going to blow you away. I'm telling you, you're going to learn the ancestor money framework, how to create an ancestor money, and how to, you see, the difference between ancestral money and ancestral spirit. A lot of people, the ancestral spirit they have, which I go to church every time to cast away, is struggle, financial shortage and all of that. But there's an ancestral money framework. I'm going to be showing you men in the history that have created ancestral money. I'm going to be showing you how I'm creating ancestral money. Our speakers, I'm going to be asking one of them to show you how he has created. One of the speakers that is coming, some of the properties that they own gives them more than maybe 2 billion naira as a cash flow yearly. All right. And I've seen this property myself. I've gone there. I've seen how things work. And guess what? They're going to be showing you practically how to build your own framework, your own playbook. I'm going to show you how to create your freedom lifestyle number. I'm going to show you how to create your freedom lifestyle roadmap and how to begin to apply them. Anyone, and I mean anyone, can be financially free within the space of 3 to 7 years. I don't care, you are a teacher, you are a banker, you are whoever you are, the system works. So you want to enroll for this, called Real Estate Cash Flow Masterclass. You want to enroll for it right now. So what you want to do is that you are going to say, I just put hashtag Rec Masterclass. If you put hashtag Rec Masterclass, it shows that you want to be part of this. And what is going to happen is at the moment you put hashtag Rec Masterclass, our team is going to get this and they're going to get back to you immediately and show you how you can do it. You don't need to have 250,000 right now or 500,000 to register. With the regular class, you can start registering with a 50,000. With a VIP, you can start registering. I've had about 2 or 3 couples that have come, that have registered for this program. And the amazing thing, they are young couples. They work. Some of them is an HR manager of a company. They wanted to be financially free in the next few years. All right. And that can be you too. So what do you want to do? This is what you want to be part of. All right. So get the bundles, and then get the stuff. But every night I decided to show up for you every single day and teach you what is working for me. And, I'm not there yet, but I can tell you for free that I'm not used to be where I used to be. And so you want to create something that literally work for you. Thank you very much. Someone that show you right now the Rec Masterclass. The man that is putting a Rec Masterclass is already doing something amazing. But you know what? Winners always show up and whiners always make noise. Well, winners always show up. So if you want to win, you have to win. You have to show up every single time. And this is fundamental. This is cardinal. You see, you can't afford not to literally change your life. You cannot afford to keep living from paycheck to paycheck. Okay? Do you know that is a very terrible way to live? And that's why many people go back to the zone of the ancestral spirit instead of creating ancestral money. So you need to become a new ancestor for your children and your children's children. And that's why this thing is cardinal. And that's why this is important. Okay? And so, just like Mr. Mayweather has put it there as hashtag Rec Masterclass, put it there too. Make sure that if you want to be part of this, the class is filling up, and I can tell you before December, 100 people will sign up for this program, and that will be the end. We're just going to be seeing a promotion, but we are no more taking people. We can't take more than 100 people for the class. It's going to be very intensive. It's going to be very massive, and people are going to come up with their own models, and models that have worked is going to be, applied again and again. And guess what happened? You are going to see in a different way that's how to run real estate. How do you, the other day I was analyzing with my team, and we realized that in all our apartments all around Lagos, we have about 95% occupancy rate and recovery rates. What does that mean? It means that all our tenants, 95% of them paid fully. And what happened? Because there was a model we applied a few years ago with our asset management team, and it has been working for us. So how can you get more from the apartment? How do you know how to get more money and people will be glad to pay you more? How can you run a property hand off? Even when you are not there, it still works for you. There is a system that make this thing work. And those are how can you become an autopilot landlord? So you'll be taught how this thing works. And let me tell you something. The moment you know how this thing works, oh my God, you are going to see it in a different way. And that's what I want you to know. So thank you very much. It's been awesome. It's been beautiful investing more than almost 2 hours right now with you. And it's time to go. I want to say thank you very much. Do us a favor. My brother, Ashimolowa Demoiwa, thank you very much for joining us. Beside your schedule, but still finding time to show up here. Okay, thank you everyone. Afo Emmanuel, thank you for showing up here today. Thank you for showing up here. Eze Collis, Ebube, thank you. Celestina, thank you very much. Celestina, your book is going to get to you between Wednesday. My team is moving it tomorrow. It's going to get to you Peter Precious, thank you for showing up today. Mr. Wale, thank you once again for showing up. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, everybody. Thank you for showing up. Mr. Taiwo Lee, thank you for showing up. Madam Catherine, I really appreciate you for showing up. Chi Edozie, thank you for showing up today. All right. Ami Pablo, thank you for showing up. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Not taking that for granted. Ibrahim, thank you for being here. Emeka, thank you for being here. I appreciate you showing up today. Do not forget to share this video. Ebuche, thank you for showing up. I'm trying to pick names, a couple of names here, okay? Mrs. Temitokwe, thank you. Thank you for showing up for today. It's so an awesome thing. Remember, there are two things we do. We put names of people. You put the names of people that you believe when I wake up in the morning. You should see this video and you help us. Oh, Adion Chris, thank you. Solomon, thank you. Mr. Solomon, thank you very much. Chinedu, your book is going to start getting to you from tomorrow. We have received your order. Ayodele from Abuja, thank you very much. Olayinka Salau, I appreciate you. Janani, awesome from Australia. Thank you. Thank you for showing up here today. Thank you, Abdullahi Bukola. I appreciate you for showing up today. And everyone, Faithful, thank you for showing up. And the people that can pick their name right away, thank you all for showing up. This is it. We have decided to take charge of our own economy. We have decided to be the governor and the president of our own personal economy. And people that lead their own economy don't complain. They only enjoy interpretations of things. And that is what you want to do. Okay? So we want to do that in the right way. And that is what this is all about. So thank you very much for joining today. You know, as it is, I love you. I celebrate you. And I'm looking forward to see you again in the Night Economy. Tell your friends about the Night Economy. Tell them to follow Tade Cash. And let us keep getting things better and better. Remember, if anything is going to change, you have to create it. And if you want to change your life, you have to change your life. If anything is going to change, you have to create it. And if you have to change your life, you have to change your life. You're responsible for the change that occurs in your life. And remember that your feeling creates your state of mind. And your created state of mind is the source of your wisdom. And your wisdom determines your rising and your falling. So what do you want to do today? You want to apply this thing, the gift of interpretation, to your life. And begin to make sure that whatever you interpret for life is something that empowers you, not something that disempowers you. This is real. And let's make it real. I will see you. Okay? Blessings. Thank you very much, everyone. I love you. I'm signing out right now. Bye for now. Bye.